Does the modern science confirms the Quranic verse which states that God made every living thing from water?
Yes, but...
And is the Bible consistent with this theory?
The Bible said nothing about that, but it is, I have explained, I have said, I suppose very clearly that everybody now suppose that the origin of life is aquatic. I have said that, I have given the answer.
I read of another theory of evolution with step changes. This was proposed to account for the gaps in Darwin's species of. Is it possible that the step changes were caused by Allah's will and one of the step change led to the creation of Adam?
I have explained in detail this problem of the genes which are at the origin of any modification in a cell, so that now this theory of Darwin was an ancient theory at the time. We did not know the least thing concerning evolution. Now with molecular biology and with genetics, there is no problem to explain the least thing concerning evolution in the animal kingdom by the theory of Darwin. Darwin, it's finished with molecular biology and genetics.
When God says we created you, does not we refer to the Trinity or multiplicity of God?
No answer.
As it is evident that Adam was created from clay or elements of earth crust, it is absolutely necessary to know how the creation of elements or particles or atom was done in light of Holy Scripture. Please comment.
But I have answered to the question by my lecture. I cannot give another lecture because I have explained all that in details. I cannot give you an explanation. I have to repeat what I have said.
Is there any contradiction between the biblical teachings and the origin of man other than the date?
I have said concerning the Bible that the concept of creation was shared by the three monotheistic religions, but what cannot be accepted concerning living beings in the Bible is at first the fixity of the species in the animal kingdom and the date of the origin of man. But the Bible does not contain so numerous teachings as the Quran. The two important teachings in the Bible were precisely about these two questions. And since the author of the Bible have written their books in close conformity with the concept of their day, with the tradition of their time, the scientific error, what appear now as scientific error in our day, were absolutely unavoidable. Excuse me, that does not mean at all that from a religious point of view, many teachings of the Bible are not at all to be taken into account. I am speaking only about the subject matter of this lecture.
Can all the theories of evolution be accepted or reconciled with the position of those who believe in creation?
Personally, I am a believer in God, I am a believer in the creation, but I think that from a scientific point of view, there cannot be any doubt about evolution in the animal kingdom and transformation in the human species. The two things are perfectly compatible, and they not at all a contradiction between one and another.
The similarity of man and animal in anatomy and physiology is because of the same living condition. So you say man adapted to this system or man was created on this system.
Yes, of course. Man was created according to the necessities for the man to be in a position to survive on this earth.
Genetically, man and the great apes share a great volume of similarities. There are also recent findings such as Lucy and other connecting links which link clearly man with his ancestral apes. Does Quran say that man was not evolved from the ancestral apes?
Well, I have explained exactly this possibility of evolution as it appears in the Quran. For the third time, I shall repeat, وَلَكَدْ غَلَقْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ صَوَّرْنَاكُمْ, and I might repeat other quotation of the Quran I made in Arabic, like man was fashioned harmoniously, the word sawa, and many quotations of the Quran I gave you to explain you that it was a transformation in the human species.